my Vina loves, it's Miss Vina D coming to you all from Vina News. Yeah. All this drama since yesterday. Every time I attempted to do one video, somebody else said something, dropped something, social media dragging. It's been a hot mess, okay? I've included the link from the video when all of this started in the description below. It's going to be the first link. The second link will take you to my boutique. Thank you all for the love and support. But I'm going to insert a little excerpt from that video of where all of this started, because I love to do things in order. And then we're going to get into what's been going on since last night and then all of today. Now, most of you are aware that about 2 months ago, Tamar hopped on Instagram, and this is what she started posting. Tamar Braxton, being Tamar Braxton, she posted in her Instagram story, "I got a story. Y'all want to hear about it?" Now, for those of you who are not on Instagram, your Instagram story is where you post things that you want people to see, but it disappears in 24 hours. So you still get the message out there, but you don't get to keep the mess on your page permanently. So this is exactly what Tamar did. She continued, "Shall we play a guessing game? I was threatened by a peach and a man. I feel like if I did what they did, they would have told, basically everybody. But because they don't want y'all to know how bleep up they are as people and city officials, they ain't said ish. It's beef, and it's a real beef because your husband stepped to me. Period. Merry Christmas." It's funny to me that no one said anything, maybe because they don't want you to know who they really are. Just because you don't address it don't mean it didn't happen. Manipulation is when they blame you for your reaction to their disrespect. People started telling Tamar if it's not directed, it's not respected, and for her to say it with her chest. It meaning a name drop. And I get it. Tamar was offended. She wanted her story out there without name dropping, because when she name dropped, then, depending on the level of evidence that you have that this happened to you, then there could come a defamation of character lawsuit, and it could become bigger than she wants it to become. But the problem without saying a name is that other people are being dragged into your mess that have absolutely nothing to do with it. It was Eva because her husband is unofficial. I read between those lines. Remember, when all of this happened, people thought it was Eva. I posted about it and said no. She's absolutely talking about Todd and Kandi, and I was right. So let's fast forward. She then left a comment, "Not I, said a cat." So Tamar responded, "And it's not. Sorry, Eva. Wasn't trying to pull you in some foul itch." Broken heart emoji. Now, Eva's husband is no longer a city official. He was a former city official. If you all remembered, Eva's husband was running to become the mayor of Atlanta at one point, and then he went ahead and withdrew his name from the race. So yes, at one point, he was a city official, but he's no longer that. However, he is still an attorney out here in Georgia. So I get the former peach. Eva held a peach at one point, and her husband was a city official, okay? There are people that if they are well respected and very connected within a city, people give them titles or they have self-proclaimed titles. When Tamar and Kandi were on Celebrity Big Brother, for those of you who watched the show, they had their differences. And for the most part, people just felt like there were moments where Tamar was performing for the cameras, because when she was explaining all of these things that she felt that Kandi did to her and wronged her, Kandi looked confused. Kandi was laughing. Kandi was like, "Where is all this coming from?" And Tamar was just there with the theatrics. She was crying. She was carrying on. There was a moment there where Kandi looked like, is she performing for the cameras right now? Regardless if you believe if Tamar was genuinely hurt or not, it worked because Tamar won the show. She and Kandi were able to discuss their differences and moved on. Now, since the show, everything seems to be going fine. But then recently, Tamar Braxton was on Dish Nation. And they brought up the interview that Kandi did saying that, I'm going to summarize, Carlos King attempted to, steal her life story and do an unauthorized movie about not only her life, but escape and all of that. She did not approve of it. And, she was crying. Her voice started shaking and cracking, and that happened, okay? So when Tamar was a guest host on Dish Nation, they asked her about it, and Tamar said she understood where Kandi was coming from because Toni Braxton did her own biopic, and Tamar felt like Toni should have allowed her to at least pick the actress that was playing her, Tamar, or ran certain things by her. However, she doesn't believe that Carlos King is a thief and that Kandi is taking it too far by calling him that. And she just, inserted herself in it as if she knew the real story and knew Carlos, okay? And so Gary with the T, he was like, oh, so you and, basically Carlos are friends, you are defending your friend. And Tamar responded, oh no, I just met Carlos. Meaning we're not friends like that, I just met this man. But because I'm in the industry, I'm just giving my opinion as someone in the industry because unauthorized movies are done all the time. So I wouldn't go that far to call him a thief. The whole situation where Carlos attempted to set up a meeting with Mama Joyce to get some information. It was a hot mess. I never did a video on it, but I'm sure you can research it and all of that. But all of that happened. And Carlos reposted a video from one of Tamar's performances, and he wrote, "My B word is back." He tagged Tamar. Now, all Tamar had to do was to respond, telling this man thank you, and that's it. But in typical Tamar Braxton fashion, she responded, "My friend at Carlos King, who don't have to steal nobody nothing. I love you." As you can see, Carlos' name is right there, and Tamar's name is right there with the verification check mark, okay? Now, I get it. Carlos is a big-time producer. It's good to have friends in high places in the business because you never know when you will need them. So I understand you went on his show and you understand his position. So let me align myself with the right people. But my goodness, you cannot continue to do things like this and then play the victim. Pay attention to the flyer on the screen. You will see that Escape was headlining this tour, part of the tour that Tamar Braxton was also a part of. As you can see, their name is in bold and you can see them. And then Tamar's name is over there at the bottom, okay? So what people are thinking is that when Kandi and Todd and Escape got to the concert, allegedly what most people think happened is that Kandi, Todd, Tamar, they all crossed paths because they were all performing, excluding Todd, that they allegedly exchanged some words. So Tamar allegedly accused Kandi and Todd for trying to get her removed from the show and stop her bag, meaning her money. Okay, so that's one problem. Another scenario could be, can you please stop bringing us up in interviews and your Instagram lives?
What about you and Kandi? Are y'all cool?
You know what? I've never had a problem with Kandi before. We've always been oil and water. When I say oil and water, I mean that we just ain't never been the same kind of girls. Like she's never been my type of girl that I would hang out with. You know what I'm saying? And I probably ain't never been the type of girl that she would hang out with. You get what I'm saying?
I do.
But as far as anything else, it's always, we work well together. We get how each other are. And I always thought it was some respect there because it's like we see each other. So I got it. We got some respect for each other. Cool. Recently, she was out saying a lot of things. I'm not exactly sure why, because I never said anything about her.
Kandi just...
The lies, Nene. But anyways, this video is not about her. My whole point is, even though that Instagram live clip is very old, Tamar be doing little things. Now, she asked a simple question. She wasn't disrespectful, but she didn't have to bring up Kandi. So that's why I played the video to prove a point. She does these little things where she insert herself in other people's business. And then when those people react, then it's, oh my goodness, I'm the victim, or I'm a victim, okay? And that's what's happening here. And then, of course, allegedly, they probably brought up the whole Dish Nation situation and Tamar, standing up for Carlos and then going in her Instagram story and responding and basically just getting involved in things that have absolutely nothing to do with her. And probably there was some exchange of words, okay? Because I'm sure Tamar did not just stand there being quiet. I'm sure she said something. Allegedly, if this is about Kandi and Todd, they said something, and then that was that. But like I said, Tamar did not provide any proof, but this is not her first time. Tamar does this all the time. I remember when Tamar worked on The Real, okay, and she explained this story and she was crying about how someone called her a Muppet and had the whole internet calling her that, and people were cyberbullying her for her looks, and she was crying. But not once did she mention what she did to lead that person to even go that far. All she did was play the victim on the show and cried, but never once mentioned that because she was friends with Toya at that time, and Toya was married to the man that's on the screen, the same man who allegedly, even though he admitted, but I'm going to say allegedly, physically assaulted Kandi Burruss. But because Toya was Tamar Braxton's friend at the time, she decided to defend her friend, even though she, Tamar Braxton, cried on TV about her own history with domestic violence and everything that she went through. Now, I understand supporting your friend, but to just come out and call someone a liar when you weren't there. But Kandi Burruss was vindicated because not only did she win the lawsuit, where's that husband now? Divorced. And allegedly became aggressive towards Toya. And we also noticed that behavior when they were on marriage boot camp together. Also, Tamar, where is that friendship with Toya? Exactly. So this is not Tamar's first time constantly inserting herself in some drama. I mean, talk about being spot on with everything, even down to the K. Michelle situation, the big brother, everything I said, because everything came back up today with all of the drama. So Tamar was promoting her new show on Peacock with Evelyn and Navia and all of them on Watch What Happens Live. And someone called in, okay, and basically while they were on video, whatever, but a fan asked a question about who Tamar was talking about. So Andy started throwing different names out there. And when he got to Kandi and Todd, Tamar grabbed her drink and started to sip, okay? So she basically, Andy was like, okay, it was Kandi and Todd, basically based on her reaction. So she said that, I'm not going to say anything here, but then on the after show, Andy said, so what did Kandi say? And then Tamar responded, well, if you bring me on the Atlanta Housewife, maybe I can tell my story. The same woman who sat on that same Instagram live with Nene Leakes and said that it would not be a good fit for her. Now that she's in Atlanta and she's engaged to this attorney, she's desperately trying to be on that platform. Everyone knew she was talking about Kandi based on her reaction. Andy Cohen confirmed it. She could have left it there and be the change woman, as I throw my quotations, mark in the air, that she claimed that she is. But Messy Tamar, of course, is going to be Messy Tamar, okay? You can scream that you are changed all you want to. The only time people will believe you is when you are faced with the worst situations and you are able to prove yourself that I'm really changed. Watch how I handle the situation with class. Not name calling someone, insulting them. Get to all of that, but let's stay focused. This is where all of the social media issues started. This person tweeted, man, they gotta stop falling for the bait on these questions. This just gonna start more drama. Y'all know Kandi gonna speak on it. I wish Tamar just would have said, I changed and plugged the single. Thank you. She responded, I answered a question like everyone else does. I'm not scared of anyone or the truth. Y'all don't want me to say nothing because that's not her narrative on TV. It's been months and she addresses everything and everyone. Why not this? Welcome them both to speak on it and live. And she took it to Instagram and hopped on Instagram Live. So let's get into that part.
Why you ain't told me that? I look a mess.
Babe, you look great. I don't know what you're talking about.
I look sleep. Oh, fuck, with my earring. I don't know where nothing is. Listen, good morning, everyone. I am just leaving. We're getting back from our birthday vacation. It's like 2.5 days, but I'm grateful for it. I have to be on set in about 2 hours. I look really bad. Like, what's wrong with me? Like, but obviously, I want to address, what's really going on in the press because, I feel like I've worked really hard on myself, and I can't help if somebody asks me a question, and I can't help the chains of events that actually really honestly truly happen. Now, this really all started, okay, everybody knows that I'm on Dish Nation now, right? And this really all started from a YouTube that Kandi put out about whatever the issues they had with Carlos King. And I was asked about it. Now, I'm gonna be honest, like, I'm not like these other reality people. Like, I'm a real bona fide 5-time Emmy nominated journalist.
I work for Dish Nation. I am in the world of journalism. So my word
now she's
needs to be...
journalism is...
So you're downplaying my job?
Difference. So for me, I am not comfortable publicly saying or calling someone else a liar without knowing the legitimate facts. That's where I'm standing with that. I wasn't on no, you're not my friend, I don't want to side with you. It wasn't nothing to being messy, but my responsibility for my job and my integrity just lied in that. Or else I just would have said, oh, she lied. Really what I did say is I wanted to hear both sides of the story. Something in the milk ain't clean. Just trying to deflect from just outright calling somebody a liar. Because number one, I don't know. Number two, I don't care. Number three, has nothing to do with me. Okay? Cool. That happened. I put up a clip promoting the show from my point of view in my story, not addressing anybody, not taking sides on nothing, because I really don't care. It really doesn't have anything else to do with me. Okay? So weeks go by, 4 or 5 weeks go by, and we all have a concert together. And I'm leaving my dressing room to go to my dancer's dressing room to bring them their new clothes, and I see Kandi in the hallway. And I'm like, hey, boo, and I give her a hug, whatever, and she just look at me and she's like, I ain't fucking with you. And I'm like, what? I'm thinking she's kidding. Like, I'm for real thinking she's kidding. And she's like, I ain't fucking with you. I'm like, what happened? She like, oh, well, you said that shit you said about Carlos King was foul. And I'm like, oh, shit. And I honestly, truly forgot about it. Right? And I'm like, listen, I didn't mean no harm. I wasn't trying to, go against you or nothing like that. It's, just what I just explained to y'all. Like, I just feel like my responsibility is a little bit different. I ain't trying to call nobody publicly a liar when I don't know the whole story. I'm not comfortable with it. And she was like, nah. You said. And I'm like, sis, listen, if I offended you, I am so sorry. Like, I wasn't coming from that. I thought, man, you made up at Big Brother. I wasn't coming for you. It's nothing like that. I really, truly, humbly apologize. And plus, I sent her a DM, and I said, I sent you a DM when your fans was coming to my page. This was a while ago, and I was just trying to let you know that, I wasn't trying to be, malicious or nothing like that. Nah. But you said, and you did, and then you doubled down and put it in your story. I said, listen, Kandi, I'm not trying to go there with you. We in the middle of this hallway. And now by this time, people swarming around. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, we ladies, we shouldn't be doing this. We can go in my dressing room. Yeah, before I take it to the next level. Now, everybody know, I ain't really here for that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm cool and I'm safe. But I do know how to whip ass. And I don't do that because I don't condone violence at all, right? And I'm like, well, what's the name of the level you want to take it to? Like, what, you want to fight? Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying. You said, he did steal from us. Right? And I'm like, she is really serious right now. I'm like, all right, like, don't do that. First of all, I'm from Baltimore. We're not going to do that. You know what I mean? And I'm telling her again, it's my 4th time apologizing. I am so sorry if this offended you, right? I wasn't trying to be malicious towards you. Now I'm saying this again. This isn't all way. I'm saying this again. Nah. I mean, Buck King. And I'm like, and I get to the point where I'm like, look, dog, this is not Atlanta Housewives. I'm not getting paid to sit up here and argue with you like this. I'm about to go sing everybody on this bill under the table. I can't argue with you right now. Like, I ain't finna do all that. And then I am trying to completely de-escalate the situation. It's giving bobs and cackling and cacklings. And like, then Tadina comes up and like, he comes and get her and he says something to her and then he looks at me in my face. Y'all can believe this shit or not. Nigga look at me in my face and go, you know what it is. Oh. What? Now this is a dude. I don't care. Listen, y'all don't see me grow up on the Braxtons. Y'all don't see me go at it with my sisters. Y'all don't see me, kind of like sporadically go at it with Lonnie. You know what I'm saying? Like, but the truth is, in real life, I'm really a peaceful person. You know what I mean? And I like to have fun and I laugh and play jokes all the time. And so the thing is with me is that me and Kandi or me and another female can argue all day long. But when it comes to dudes in another woman's face to physically threaten them and harm them, that's when the line is drawn. That's when it's like, oh, it's not about her perception on TV. It's not about, where we have known her to be on her reality life years ago. Because remember, I ain't been on reality TV for a long time. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's okay. I get it. But it's no reason for a man to ever step to a woman. Period. And the fact is, that is what happened. And the other fact is, I wasn't trying to bring nothing up, but, now that I'm on, Peacock and Bravo, I went to Andy's show, he's a good friend of mine. We cool. You know what I mean? He asked me about it because one of the fans asked me about it. And I wasn't trying to bring it up, and I wasn't trying to bring no drama my way because I am not on that. So it's like, I answered the question, I tried to deflect from it, and here we are. But what I'm not going to stand for is people saying, what did I do for a man to ever step to me? Period. Why are you shaking your head?
Nothing. You didn't do shit for no man to step to you. That was a coward move, and it shouldn't have happened. And I addressed it with him, and I spoke to him about it, and he immediately apologized. But an apology after the fact is bullshit.
Especially when I'm there defenseless. Because he wasn't, this is one of those trips where Troy wasn't there, JR wasn't there. Like, Rob was there, James was there. But this is kind of one of those trips where we just kind of, like, we had like back-to-back shows, and we just kind of got in and got out. You know what I'm saying? And normally, and I didn't even have security, because really Global Productions is like, Sam and them is like real protective and family oriented. You know what I'm saying? So I really don't have a need. I'm not bothered backstage. Like, these are my family and my people. You know what I'm saying? So I really don't have a need to like be extra behind the scene with security and people and all that stuff. Like, it wasn't one of those trips. And then of course, I didn't even know I was walking into the Lions Den. I didn't know. You know what I'm saying? But the truth is, I'm just gonna keep it gangster with y'all. I spoke about this shit on Big Brother. Y'all called me the victim. She's a victim then, and Tamar always starts stuff. But go back in the clips, they didn't age well. I said what I said, The reason why we had beef in the first place because that was mean as fuck to me on tour. Very, very similar to how y'all see this SWV stuff panning out. My story, and I've said this back thing on Big Brother, pull the receipts. There's very much a lot of egos going on. And I ain't trying to speak about a show that I don't even watch. And the reason why I can't watch it is because of the whole sister aspect. Like I go through it, you know, and I went through it publicly with my own sisters. And I don't want to see Tasha and Tamika going through that. I love them. You know what I'm saying? We've all been friends for a very long time. And so that's the only reason why I don't watch it. Because it just triggers, you know, I don't want to see that. But go back and watch them clips. I'm not bullshitting. I don't have to get on a bandwagon of nobody. I would just ask the question because I was on Watch What Happens Live. And that's all. And that's it. I don't want no drama. Don't associate with me with no drama. You know, I said what I said that night because I was angry and it really happened. I wish I didn't even post about it on my story. But, you know, being defenseless and you a woman with a man will really send you, it will really send your emotions somewhere that we really don't have control over. You know what I'm saying? And I felt defenseless because I was by myself. So you can believe what you want. You got to believe me. I don't really care. This is what happened. I really don't want to speak about it no more, you know. But I don't have a reason to come after nobody. And I don't want to fight with nobody but the devil. And that's where I'm staying with it. So that's that, and that's it.
Before I get to what happened after that, there's a part in this Instagram live that I'm not playing because I have another video coming out that I'm going to play in that video. But there's a moment where she was talking about the show and how she met her fiance. And then she said, Atlanta knows, and she busted out laughing. And he said, don't do that. Listen to this real quick.
Atlanta knows. I'm sorry. I know too. I guess apparently I do too.
This is the victim mentality that people are talking about that Tamar gets so upset about. On her birthday, remember the whole video I did? I'm going to link it below as well in the description. She posted talking about her now fiance, children, and the relationship and all of that. And one of the mothers of his children wasn't here for it because everything that Tamar was painting, this picture perfect co-parenting situation, that's not what's going on behind closed doors. So in one of her statements, the ex, she hashtag Atlanta knows. This was a serious situation. She was highly upset. Now, here's Tamar using it as a funny moment and laughing, regardless if it was a smart choice to use in that moment. That is still the mother of his child. That's his ex. And all of you just got through another situation where she wasn't here for what you were doing. And then you chose to use her hashtag and laughing. Now, had she clapped back at you, she would have been a bitter baby mama, as you put it, and some of your supporters put it. But she said what she said and she left you alone. And then you decided to bring it back up, laughing as if it's a joke in the presence of her ex and the father of her child. And he's laughing with you, but doing his best to hold back. These are the little things that Tamar does, but then pretend like, oh, I was just laughing. It wasn't that deep and all of that. So that's what I'm saying. She completely said nothing about, she came back on social media after being a journalist. This part had nothing to do with Dish Nation and your job. You came on social media and then you wrote, my friend Carlos King, who don't have to steal nobody nothing. I love you. My point, did she mention any of this in her video? No. This right here, Tamar, is you picking a side, okay? You're calling Kandi a liar, and now you love Carlos King, who you met 2 seconds ago. That's your problem right there. So quick to jump and defend people without knowing facts, but claim you're a journalist. And then she posted this image as proof because Todd and her fiance are in the background having a conversation. Okay, you've said a few things. First, it was he threatened you. You made it sound like he and Kandi were trying to jump you. Now, the news story is when he was trying to pull his wife away because the both of you were arguing, he looked to you in a, threatening way and said, you know what it is. Girl. Now, no one is saying that Kandi is a saint. Because you all know I watch The Real Housewives of Atlanta. I review the show. You know who I rock with, okay? And every time Kandi does something questionable, I come on here and I talk about it. And I put Kandi on blast all the time and give her the side eye. So no one is saying Kandi is perfect, okay? Or she's a saint. However, people are also aware how Tamar will go from 0 to 100 real quick. Knows how to reach in situations and make it bigger than what it was. For example, on her new show, she said something to one of the contestants, the male contestant. Okay, he repeated what she said. She did not like the way it sounded, even though he was repeating her words. She blew up, got loud, went to the girls, did her whole extra theatrics and all of that. And that led to them sending him home. Even though he would have gone home eventually, but everything she did in that lie led them to send him home. No one is saying Tamar is lying in this situation because Kandi did admit that they exchanged words, which makes sense. Even when you're not doing your work as a journalist, you are still on social media putting your nose in other people's business. This is not your first time. You do it all the time.
Now one of you will be the drowning victim.
I'll be the victim all your life.
If delusional was a person, I am the victim when your man steps to a woman. Sounds like an abused woman to me. To see nothing wrong with that. I hope he's not beating your I pray for your healing. Tamar, we are all praying for your healing because according to you, you changed. Title your song Change. Tweeting about change, but your actions. You know what I'm saying? Imagine your words. It's all about the actions.
Y'all, I am your girl, Kandi. And right now, I am happy to be here on Amazon Live. Oh my gosh, let me tell you, today has been a day. Too much going on in my life today for a Monday, right? But it is Money Making Monday, and I'm always going to come through. Always on a Monday. Now, let's go. Today, y'all already know. I've been trending for more than one reason. I've been trending for the Escape SWV show. A lot of people had a lot to say about that. I've been trending for the mess. With the messiest. And a lot of people got to say about that, and I really wanted to say more. I wanted to say a whole lot, but obviously, your team is always saying, don't respond. So I've been trying to do my best not to respond. On that particular situation, I might respond, but everybody's wanting to know about the beef. Mm-hmm. The only thing I'll say right now is, simply that's not true. My husband never said nothing to her. He did not threaten her or none of that. So that's why I was like, I don't even want to address that on Amazon Live. She and I did have words, but he did. So that's why I was like, yeah. Some people like to twist things a little bit, but we can talk about it later on a different platform or not. Anyway, so child, I've been taking the heat all day from every which way. It's okay. I can take it. That's what you get, that tough skin. You get the tough skin, you just have to be all right. My goodness, Kayla says they better leave you alone, Faith. Thank you, friend. Oh, my goodness, that was what Kayla said. Candace says, hi, Candace, sending love and light to you. Thank you. I love that. LT says, we love you, Kandi. Forget the haters. I fly above all my haters, okay? That's what we doing today. We flying above. He says, you're looking beautiful as always. Thank you, friend. Rhonda says, why they coming for my boo? Ooh, child, I don't know, honey. Amazon customer says, Kandi trending Burruss. I guess you know what? This is so funny that this title of today's show is what's trending with Kandi Burruss. Because it's not like we knew that all of this was going to be happening today when we came up with the title for this show, right? And yeah, I don't know. Maybe I spoke it into existence. John says, 2 words, Kandi: defamation lawsuit. Yeah, I was thinking that too. Yeah. Yeah.
Remember at the beginning I said that? I said the reason why Tamar did not want to put a name to it is because she was like, you know what? I don't need to find myself in the midst of a lawsuit, defamation. I said all of that in the beginning. And it's not so much of the situation didn't happen. It happened, but it's the part where she went as far as insinuating that Kandi is being abused at home. Tamar is so reckless. You went through domestic violence. Then you called Kim Michelle a liar and came after her situation. And now you are insinuating that Kandi is being beat up at home, that you're praying for her healing, all because she's saying that her husband never threatened to step at you. Like, you just go too far. Tamar responded in a now deleted tweet. Now Billy Goat is going to start me back up again, calling me a liar. Someone needs to call her and tell her to chill. Then she's calling Todd Didina, okay, did what I said he did. And then she deleted it because everyone started dragging her and saying now, if she reposts a video of you crying on the reel.
Saying that I look like a Muppet. And people say it so much, sometimes I start to believe it. And so I even asked Vince, I'm like, do I look like a Muppet?
So social media went in on Tamar. This was Tamar's caption under that image where Todd and her fiance were having a conversation. It says on the screen, go ahead and read it. And like I said earlier, if you have to keep broadcasting that you are healed and you are changed, but your actions says otherwise, then mama, you go and get the help that you need. Just embrace who you are and accept it. It's not trying to be something that you're not. And of course, once again, here comes Tamar's fiance. Like, you already talked on Instagram Live. She put the camera on you. You said this already. Okay, but you know, he have to prove to Tamar that, girl, I have your back. Chat.
Paper, scissors, shoot. Do another one. Do rock or do scissors. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. You keep doing paper, you lose. Want to do it again?
Yeah.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Oh, I beat both of y'all. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Oh, you beat me, Blaze.
I beat you.
Good job.
Rock, paper, scissors,
You play ace. Go.
shoot.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Which one you do, Blaze?
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper,
Go, Blaze.
scissors, shoot.
Oh, he did the paper. Good job.
She did not stop there. Here she is again. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm back to my old self. Being called a victim triggered me, but she can't sing though. Sorry. And she's not even hiding it anymore. She's clearly showing that she needed Kandi and did all of this to promote her song. And to talk about Kandi having an ego when you are the worst. I'm telling you, delusional. We are almost at 40 minutes because Tamar did not stop there, but I'll be back with a part 2 because social media dragged her so bad. I'm wishing all of you well and take care. My loves, thank you all for your love and support. If you're not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Go ahead and leave this video a thumbs up. Also turn on notifications so when I do post, you're aware that I posted. And I will see you all in the comment section. Remember to always have the God bless attitude, which is being positive at all times and seeing the good in every situation. Have a great day, guys. God bless.